Alright then, this is Force FM Radio. My name is Lubin Dakawana for this very special interview in the studios this afternoon. We are looking at KAIZEN seminar that will be held tomorrow, Wednesday, 19th of August 2015 at Fairmount Hotel from 8:30 through to about 13 hours. I've got interesting people in the studios to help me discuss what this, if you like, for lack of a better term, this animal called KAIZEN, all right? And so I have Sarah Shawa, who's a consultant. I don't know what is it K12 or K12? I don't know. Good afternoon to you. How are you? Right. And I have Mr. Chola Muitwa, who's interim chief executive officer for KAIZEN inside of Zambia. So, how are you?
Good afternoon.
It's good to see you.
Good afternoon, listeners.
Very good. Thank you very much. And I have Amagai. I don't know, this name sounds like Shokoshogi, but he's going to tell us exactly what.
My name is Kazushiko Amagai.
Okay, Kazushiko Amagai. Thank you so much. Welcome to Zambia. And welcome to Livingstone. Thank you very much. And so first things first, what is this KAIZEN program? What is it really? I referred to it earlier, that an animal, and I'm trying to understand because I don't know, and I wish that, and I hope that every other listener out there would definitely understand and get to know what this arrangement is. Mr. Chola, please come in.
Thanks, Kawana. KAIZEN is not an animal. It's a treasure. A treasure that can be used to achieve many good things. Things like eliminating waste in whatever you do, securing improvements. In fact, KAIZEN is actually a Japanese word, which simply means change for better or continuous improvement. It is a proven performance improvement tool that has been adopted from Japan, mainly in big organizations like Toyota. It is an effective method for business to achieve continuous improvement in production and service delivery, as it generates improvements that enhance capacity for business to improve quality, promote productivity, and become competitive. It is both a methodology and a philosophy for continuous improvement in whatever you do.
Right. Let me turn my attention to Amagai. Why this program in Livingstone? What is so important about this KAIZEN here in Livingstone?
Okay, the KAIZEN project has been supported by Japan International Corporation English, and it has been started in Lusaka, but this is the second year of the National KAIZEN project, and in the second year we are aimed at to spread this KAIZEN philosophy and technique and this KAIZEN project to the other cities in Zambia. So in June we have the KAIZEN seminar in Kabe, and the second target was Livingstone, because Livingstone is a very famous city in Zambia, and especially for the tourism. So I think spreading KAIZEN to Livingstone is the most effective way to spread KAIZEN.
Right. Thank you so much, Amagai. Bwana Chola, before we look at the merits, do you have as KAIZEN demerits really on the plate, or rather, what are the advantages and disadvantages of this particular program that we are? Before we look at the seminar that we are holding tomorrow.
Thanks. It has no demerits.
That's
it
what I
has
wanted to know.
only merits, and the merits are many. Firstly, for business and for everybody, including you, your household, and your business. It helps you improve on whatever you do. It helps you eliminate wastage. It helps you standardize your operations. it will help you improve quality of whatever you do. You know, quality is the singlest most competitive tool that business must use in order to become competitive and grow. The other things that it has, it is bringing to us a discipline that we need to do. You know, in Japan, this is what they call 5S, is the basic business operation attitude. 5S, it's 5 S sounding Japanese words. The first S is the seri, seton, sesu. The first seri means classification or simply sorting. Seton means arrangement or systematize. What essentially I'm saying is that when you go to any place, you must classify things by those that you want and those which you don't want. Those that you don't want, there is no need for you to keep it because it's of no use to you. It takes up space. Throw it away or sell it. And those that you want, you now classify it according to use. There's no need for me in my office to have a lot of files on my table that I will not use because it takes up time and space. It also brings in a discipline of planning. You know, in planning, which is database, there are tools we use like PDCA. P stands for plan. In planning, you are doing 3 things. You are analyzing data and setting key performance indicators. In Kaizen, because we analyze data, we prefer to call it key performance index. When you tell me, to tell you how improvements I've made, I must be able to quantify it and tell you this economy has grown and give you the figure.
Right then, let's turn our focus to, Amagai. You are the programs coordinator for JICA.
Yes.
How are you blending in Zambia in terms of this Kaizen program? How are you blending in? How are you fitting in?
Do you asking my role?
Yes, as JICA, what are you doing? How are you fitting into this program?
Okay, our primary role is to support the establishment of Kaizen Institute of Zambia, as well as capacity building and of its human resources, and as well as its capacity of the information dissemination and training capacity of the new consultants. And we have the 5 Japanese experts and 3 Japanese in charge of training of the Kaizen, so-called Kaizen consultants, which who are supposed to be certified in the end of this year. And we have the leaders which is supporting the organizational development, and my role is to support for the information dissemination activities, like making the DVDs, like newsletters, or I also coordinate with the media so that the media, like newspapers and radio, so that KZ gets some coverages by media.
Right then, Sarah is on mute. I don't understand why she's on mute. Really, I want to ask a question. Oh, she's been quiet. Let's be balanced, gentlemen. Let's have some gender kind of arrangement also. Sarah, how are you helping this institution? You are a consultant. How are you helping them settle down and make sure that the program keeps on rolling like that?
Okay. As Kaizen, I'll talk about some of the merits. So we identified, like for this year, we're working with about 18 companies. And as consultants, with the help of JICA experts, we go to these institutions, which are manufacturing institutions, non-manufacturing institutions, training centers, as well as the SMEs that we identified earlier in the year. And we basically train them on the tools of Kaizen. So as consultant, we train these organizations to implement 5S in their organizations, as the CEO mentioned, to set their workplace in order, to shine, sustain, and standardize how they do their normal daily work. And it becomes a culture. It improves the quality of service that they give to their clients, and just generally business excellence.
You mentioned 5S in your preamble. What is that?
5S is a tool that is used in Kaizen, one of the basic tools of Kaizen. So it's Japanese. I'll use the Japanese and then I'll translate.
Okay.
So the first S is Seiri, and then Seiton, Seiso, Seiketsu, and Shitsuke. So that's basically sort, set in order, shine, sustain, and standardize. So once we implement this practice in the organizations, it can help the organization improve the work environment, it eliminates waste, and then they're able to visualize various issues in the factory as well as their offices. So if we implemented 5S, like here in Zambezi FM.
No, this is Falls FM radio.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Apologies for that. Falls FM would help do 5S in the office, put files in order, and probably implement a clean desk policy. If we implemented a clean desk policy, you'd secure information. We write a lot of little notes or secure information on our table. So we help keep your desk clean, you work better, and your information is secure. That's just an example. It also improves the everyday procedures, and employees are also encouraged to communicate. It's not just a top-down philosophy. You're encouraged also bottom-up. So workers in their little quality circles, we call them, are encouraged to suggest improvements for the organization.
Right, then you glued to this very special interview on Falls FM Radio, looking at our Kaizen, Livingstone Kaizen seminar, which will be held tomorrow. I just want to find out what's the main objective of this, seminar. As you come in, Sarah, what are you looking at, the objectives and maybe the aim as well?
Okay, the seminar will provide a theoretical and practical aspects of Kaizen to stakeholders and interest groups and members generally of the business community in Livingstone. So we are working with Livingstone Chamber of Commerce and Industry. They are our partners. They've helped us organize this seminar. So they have members who are our interest group. So we'll introduce Kaizen to the members of the Livingstone Chamber of Commerce. So we'll tell them about Kaizen and how it will work for their organizations.
Right, and so tomorrow morning between 8:30 and 13 noon, you will be having this particular seminar. Let me turn my attention to the Chief Executive Officer right there, Buana Achola. Objectives. She's looked at the aim of the whole program, the whole seminar, and now share with us the objectives. What are we looking at here?
Okay. You've been given the objectives of the seminar, but I think at national level, Kaizen has a key objective of making this economy competitive so that we can inculcate a culture of continuous improvement. For Livingstone, we are hoping to publicize the Kaizen philosophy, methodology, a concept and tools that can be used by anybody to improve on whatever they do. It has been proven, even by those organizations in Zambia that have practiced it, business have been able to increase their sales by as much as 5% per year. They've been able to reduce wastage in whatever they do. They've been able to reduce defects, those who are in the manufacturing enterprises. For public offices, I normally give this example. Kalulushi Municipal Council, within a period of 1 year, was able to eliminate double allocation of plots. They were able to increase their revenue by 18%. They were able to increase their revenue by 19% by just doing simple things, as Sarah did mention. For Livingstone, we are aware that it's a tourist capital, which is very competitive. KAIZEN, as we know it, is a problem-solving tool. It helps people identify their problems, illuminate them, and be able to solve them. Modern organizations now are looking for people with superior capacity for problem-solving. And this tool that will be proclaiming tomorrow is a problem-solving tool. It brings with it, in fact, to me, I see it as having an inbuilt dynamite. If used properly, it will solve our problems. One of the tools, the KAIZEN that we are proposing in Zambia, which is anchored on 3 pillars, quality control cycle. Within this pillar, it brings to us ingredients that makes everybody believe in themselves. For example, everybody is told that there is nothing that you can't do. You have infinite possibility within you to do whatever you can do. We are also bringing to the table TQM, Total Quality Management. It's a tool which is holistic management philosophy that brings the management and the worker together for the common good of the organizations. We are also bringing in standardization through ISO. ISO, we know it is management tool that promotes business excellence. So when these two brought together in one, we can have a Zambian business that can compete at national level, because as Zambia, we see ourselves featuring the Premier League. This world, it has become a global world now. It's a global village for which nobody will be spared wherever you are. So we can only remain behind and see that we will do business at top level. We need to embrace tools and philosophies that have worked. For example, the countries you see now in Asia, China, Singapore, Malaysia, India, have learned from Japan. And the key thing that they've learned from Japan is KAIZEN. One day somebody told me, said Japan has given 2 gifts to the world. The first one is KAIZEN, and the second one is a camera. I don't know why the camera is such an important, but I think you in this field know what the camera can do.
Yes, I think as a journalist, I know what a camera does, and at the end of the day, it is very imperative to our work. I will turn my focus to Mr. Amagai right here. What do you expect from tomorrow's conference, tomorrow's seminar at Fairmount Hotel?
Yes, thank you. What I expect most from tomorrow's seminar is like recognition and awareness of the rise of the awareness of the KAIZEN, because I think in Lusaka we have visited many companies and cooperated with some areas and ministries. So the awareness in Lusaka is relatively high, but in other cities, I think the KAIZEN's awareness is still, I think it is still low. So we need to cooperate local companies and chambers. And tomorrow, I think what I most expect is after raising awareness, I'd like to that rise of awareness to the key to the next friendships and next corporations after the seminars. We would like to establish the new relationships with local companies with KAIZEN.
And to that effect, Mr. Amagai, who is eligible to attend the seminar tomorrow? Because, for example, I'm an individual, maybe I'm interested. How do I get there? What should I do? Who do I see?
Livingstone Chamber of Commerce and Industry is duly receiving the application, and if the seat is still available, you can still apply to the via Livingstone Chamber. But I think you can just walk in, but I think some items like water and lunch will not covered for the walk-in people, but you can still come, I think.
Right, then this is Force FM Radio, broadcasting to you live on 90.1, right from the House of Power, Mosotonia Building, Old Win. My name is Lubin Dakawana, with a very special guest in the studios. We're looking at our KAIZEN. I have got in the studios Sandra Shaw, who's consultant for the same program, and Mr. Chola Muitwa, who is the interim chief executive officer, and of course Amagai, forgive me, this other name, yeah, please forgive me, who is actually the JICA program coordinator. Back to the topic. At the end of the day, lady and gentlemen, the progress of this national KAIZEN project in Zambia, who's going to take it up? The chief executive officer, maybe?
Let me go at it. It's a national program which is driven by government. The KAIZEN Institute of Zambia, as you are aware, we are a company established under the Companies Act as a company limited by guarantee. And the members are Zambia Development Agency and Zambia Bureau of Standards under the auspices of the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry to fast track the promotion of quality, productivity, and business excellence, including innovations. As the Institute, we would like to pride ourselves as a national voice for the promotion of quality, productivity, improvement, innovation, competitiveness, and organization excellence. And we just mean that. We have the mandate to promote the two nationwide and across sectors. Why is government doing it? A government in a hurry to attain its vision of becoming a prosperous middle-income country that will engender a mindset change anchored on continuous improvement. And KAIZEN, as a philosophy and a methodology, has been adopted to help government achieve these objectives. And we, at the Institute, are going to play that role. We are here in Livingstone to help promote the two and make ourselves available, that we are there for them. In fact, we like to say we are here for good. We will help those who have got problems to solve their problems because we've got the two behind us and the support of government. In tomorrow's meeting, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry will be represented as a guest speaker, and they will be sharing with us KAIZEN as from the government perspective, and we, as the government, willing to implement that government directive.
Right. Sarah here is itching to speak. What's your take, Sarah, based on the question that he was just sharing, the project, the ongoing project of KAIZEN in Zambia?
I think one other question one might ask is KAIZEN only for companies? And the answer to that is no. KAIZEN can also be implemented on a personal level.
And that's what I want you to break down.
Yeah. So because it's a question of attitude change. It's a mental philosophy, more rather than an actual methodology. You change the way you do things, even at work or at home. You can practice KAIZEN anyway. For instance, in your desk, Kawana, you probably have some files or music that you don't need anymore. You can clean it up. That's KAIZENing. That's KAIZEN at work. If it's in a manufacturing plant, it increases worker safety. So you create space, improve the layout of the organization, plant tools. You put away tools if you're a mechanic or something like that. You put away your tools in a toolbox, clean. It makes it safe for everyone. Put your oils in a separate corner. At home, we have many clothes that we don't need. You know, you can donate them, sell them. You create more space that way. Yeah. So it's applicable even on a personal level.
Right.
And also, in your base, especially ladies, you carry unnecessary things.
Yes. How could I not mention my purse? Yes. So even in my purse, we usually keep receipts, you know, from the supermarkets that we don't need. We keep talk time cards. You know, you can keep a talk time card that you scratched probably 2 months ago. You know, you can clean out your purse. That's KAIZEN. You know, you sort out
right, Bonachola, make sure she does the cleaning of her piece when the program is over. Thank you very much. I want to turn my attention to Amagai right here. You've just come to Falls FM Radio today.
Yes.
How do you think the Falls FM Radio would fit in the KAIZEN program?
Fit in. The corporate.
How can we be part of the KAIZEN program?
I think as an organization, I think Falls FM might have many things for Kaizen within the office. But for example, like as Sarah mentioned, like there might be some unnecessary files or the unnecessary work procedures. And for the outside of the office, I think the Falls FM might be cooperated with KAIZEN to disseminate Kaizen, and you might be the people. You might play a pivotal role in Livingstone to disseminate Kaizen because you kindly got interested in Kaizen programs, and you kindly invited us to hold today's program. So I'd like to cooperate with you and inside of your office as well as to disseminate Kaizen in Livingstone.
To that effect, let me ask the Chief Executive Officer. One of the maybe major problems that institutions face, not only here in Livingstone but almost everywhere, is that they'll begin a program and they'll just do a one-off and that is it. Before the information coherently sinks into the people down there, people leave. Now, Bwana Chief Executive Officer, how do you hope to work with Falls FM Radio so that Falls FM Radio can continue disseminating this KAIZEN information day in and day out? You can just draw closer to the microphone. Yes, sir.
Yes, Kawana, you have asked a very good question. Which question Amagai did? I think touched on it briefly, where he was requesting you to collaborate with us to disseminate this information. First and foremost, as a news provider, we like to consider KAIZEN as news because it's worth it for what it can do.
That's right.
For people at personal level, organizational level, and at national level. If we can help together to deliver these virtues of KAIZEN to as many people as possible, the benefits that will come from this will be colossal. For example, if all of us in whatever we do begin to look for ways of eliminating waste, you know, Zambian economy is known for being high-cost economy. If we can begin to cut waste, what are we doing? We will be improving on profits. And there are so many ways of cutting costs, especially for business. Business itself is faced by two key factors. As KJ, the current leader of KAIZEN Club of Zambia, normally says, that as a businessman, you've got a market for which you've got no control, but there are things that do with costs which you can control. You can begin by looking for ways of reducing costs. If you can begin by switching off unnecessary lights at the office, when you don't need the bulb to be on, switch it off. If you don't need to have a heater burning, switch it off. What you'll be doing, you begin to reduce your cost of electricity. These small things put together at individual level, at national level, when you aggregate them, they will result in a big saving for this economy. That economy will begin to do well. So the small things like this one. Secondly, we will begin to look, you know, in KAIZEN, there are things that we call, like for example, there's a famous word which everybody now knows, muda. Muda just means waste.
That's in Japanese, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's what you call 3-mu elimination. If we can begin to eliminate these three things in our processes, waste, instability, any difficulty, what are we doing to ourselves? We will begin to improve efficiency. And because we are becoming more efficient, we will begin to do things rightly. And for example, when you talk about quality, you know, this too brings to the fore instruments that can make us produce quality goods. Quality does not come by accident. I know somebody has been asking quality for who? It's a pertinent question. But quality comes from three key things: from people, from product, and from the company. quality people who deliver a quality product. It's only a quality company that will produce a quality output. And these things come together with the package of Kaizen. We are looking at human beings. You know, a modern worker now is different from a worker 50 years ago. For example, you where you are, you have a lot of access to information. So right where you are, for me to be able to manage you, I must have tools of management, because you have now become a moving target because of what you are with in terms of information. So for me to manage you and get the best out of you, then you can do something good. As Zambians, people have normally been saying we are not hardworking. Zambians are hardworking. I've had the opportunity of interacting with friends, even the Japanese, who have said, no, Zambians are hardworking. The only problem we do suffer from is the way we are managed. So these two, through the TQM process, is going to bring the whole package of things that is required to enable Zambia deliver to their maximum. And this is a Kaizen that has been brought to Livingstone, and it's a Kaizen that will be promoting countrywide. That we have a Zambia where you can be proud of. In fact, the chairman of this board one time was Dr. Roland Musiska, who is the current secretary to cabinet. He made a very good suggestion to us. He says, have you ever had a country which is called smart? And all of us in the meeting kept quiet. They said, do you know what smart means? The very virtues of this Kaizen is trying to do can be constituted into a bigger package and call it smart. I think one day when you hear about talking about smart Zambia, it would have come through discussions and brainstorming as the one we had.
Right, then it's amazing how time can fly. We are, if you have to know already, we are 32 minutes gone, and we are allocated 30 minutes. But I'll get back to my guy here. Just in the next 2, 3, 4 minutes, we can wrap up the program. At the end of the day, Amaga, you have come in, and you are with the Kaizen. What could be your closing remarks to the people, even a word to the people that are coming to the program tomorrow morning?
As a closing remarks of this program, I just wanted to people to recognize the Kaizen first, and then get interested in Kaizen first. This is a third point, I think. And after they know the basic concept of Kaizen, there are many tools that can be provided even through like many organizations like KAIZEN, and we also have many KAIZEN Kaizen consultants. So the most important thing is to know there is such concepts that eliminate waste and improve our lives. And then this is a start point to hold a prosperous middle-income country. That's what I wanted to mention.
Right, I see Bwana Chola and Sarah, you become so good in Japanese. I don't know. I should learn from you as well. Thank you very much. But before I get to the Chief Executive Officer there, let me pick on and Sarah here. Your closing remarks.
What I would just like to urge everyone is to know that you need Kaizen in your personal space or personal life or in your organizations if you want to improve, if you want to reduce customer complaints, if you want to shorten delays in service delivery or improve product service, and to reduce defects in the products or reduce breakdowns or process shutdowns. And also it's important for document informations and also clearing out, like we mentioned, 5S, and also to reduce excessive inventory, to have inventory control. And yeah.
Okay, you decided to end
the
there.
basic questions that you ask yourself, like we know about 11, and then it also reduces waste in terms of movement. Moving also is a waste.
Okay.
If we didn't know. Yeah. It's one of the mudas.
Right, then we wrap it up with the Chief Executive Officer right there, Chola Muitwa rather. Yes, sir, come in and tell us your closing remarks.
Thank you, Kawani, for the opportunity you've given to us to appear on this radio program. I would just like to urge listeners over there to take a keen interest in Kaizen and what it can do. As the institute, we are there. We've been established by government to help business, individuals improve on whatever they do. We are currently only in Lusaka, but we intend to have presence in almost every part of Zambia. We are currently situated in Lusaka at Quarter House Annex, along Cairo Road. You can contact us at telephone number 235492.
Including the provincial code. That's very imperative.
Okay.
That's right.
That's been that I needed to include the provincial code. It's 211.
Okay, actually 0211.
Okay, 0211.
Thank you very
heard
much.
from the.
And so, if you have a question where you can find these people, the Quarter House Annex, first floor, Cairo Road, PO Box 37067, Lusaka, Zambia. Telephone 0211-235492 and fax 0211-235491. Right. So thank you so very much. But how do you say thank you in Japanese?
Arigato.
Arigato. At least I know Chinese, Shisha. I know that at least. Come on. I had two more other guests in the studios, very silent, scared of the microphone. We understand the microphone phobia. Thank you so very much. I had in the studios Mr. Amagai, who's from JICA, who's a program coordinator, and Mr. Chola Muitwa from the KAIZEN, who's Chief Executive Officer, and Miss Sarah Shawa, who's a consultant right there. And so on behalf of the entire production team, I'm Lubin Dakawana. It's good afternoon, and I hope Bwana CEO that we'll be able to have more programs of this nature so that we can keep people updated all the time. This mustn't be a one-off kind of program, because others have gotten this program, others haven't gotten the program. If you want, we're making copies right now. We can have a repeat of the program later on in the night or maybe early tomorrow morning. And so Lubin Dakwana signing off on behalf of KAIZEN. It's good afternoon and it's bye for now.